Hi guys, and welcome back to trainwell.com. In this video I'm very excited to show you something I've just downloaded for OpenBVE. I've never actually done it on this channel before, and I'm very curious to see how it kind of plays out. In this video we're going to be doing the DLR on OpenBVE. Now there is a DLR line available. It is, I can't remember the name of the website where I got it from. I know it's not BVE Western Region, which is the one that did the Jubilee line, like the Central line and kind of everything it does. I know it's another route. I think it's like Holden Routes or something. I can't remember the proper name of it, but basically it is in that website. It is, well, it was, for me, it was quite hard to download. It was like basically you had to kind of go onto the manual, extract the route, then kind of pair the sound file. It wasn't like your kind of usual route where you just kind of slap on the manual and then you go over and then basically just download it, extract it. It was quite hard, but actually I think it was just because we'd never really had this route before. Basically if you just downloaded OpenBVE right now, you'll probably have to download an older version, because actually I did say this in my Northern Line video, the actual website BVE Western Region has actually closed down. So any routes you do get, I think you'll just have to kind of get from any kind of YouTuber or any of the links from any kind of like side websites, and a lot of the links do appear to be broken, and it can be a bit frustrating. So some of these routes you will have to go through hell essentially to get them, but basically this DLR line, it is really good. It is kind of what we expect. Is actually really good. It is obviously automatic, because obviously the DLR in real life is AI. AI actually doesn't work on this train, but it is ATO like the Central line is, and basically it is really good. The route goes from Bank to Greenwich, or even though the PA announcements say to Lewisham, it is just to Greenwich. But you know, I'm happy with that. There's still quite a lot of stops and stuff like that, and it's a pretty cool train. If I can actually like go out and kind of like show you now. This train is like it's really nice. I don't think it has an interior view, but basically I'll be able to show you properly when we get into the route, because it's quite dark here in the kind of like shunting area of Bank basically. So it's a really nice train. If you know, you can go around and kind of explore this area. Oh, actually I might be able to show you properly here because it's a bit lighter here. Basically it's quite well detailed. I don't think there's I don't think we're going to kind of get any sort of interior shots, because there's no interior, but it's just a really nice kind of train, and it's really good to have on OpenBVE if you like these kind of side TfL routes. Obviously it's not London Underground, but also it's not classed as National Rail. It's the DLR. It's basically a side route of TfL. And I really like that it's here, because I used to love pretending to drive the DLR, because actually there's no driver, and there's a little place in the front of the train where you can stand. Not obviously in this game, but in real life there's a place you can stand, and it's just really nice to pretend to drive it, and it's just a really I really like that it's on OpenBVE. So yeah, it's great. Anyway, let's get into the route. So basically what we have to do is, I don't think there's too much we have to do because it's ATO. So what we need to do is we need to, the braking gear is currently in B6, so we need to slap that into B8, and we just press delete 5 times. I'll press it one more because I don't know. Then what we do is we press spacebar once, and there we go, we're moving. And then we can watch our train depart from the external view as we depart the shunting. So there we go. That's all basically we have to do. It's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously it's similar to the Central line route, which does have ATO, and there is actually another train you can use for the Central line, but it doesn't have ATO, but you can kind of like simulate ATO with the AI that is involved. So basically, it did take us a little bit of time to kind of get the hang of the route. Kind of, it's a little bit difficult, but basically, it's good to like, you've got a little control manual here, which basically shows you how to kind of set it up and everything. So it's a really good route, and I really appreciate that it's here. So that's good. The doors actually open automatically, so we don't have to do anything. There's nothing like with the PA, you don't have to set up anything. So yeah, we're just free to roam around. I don't think I'll be going into the exterior cam a lot, because there's not a lot of stuff to see. But there is actually static. Well, they're not static. They're AI DLR trains, which kind of are involved in the route. They do actually move around, and I really like that they're implemented, because it just makes the route. Obviously they don't have an interior view, but it's nice that they're there. So I do believe the next station is Shadwell. You have to forgive me, I'm not actually the best on this DLR route. You're gonna have to, I think the next station is Shadwell. I'm not too sure. It's either Shadwell or Tower Bridge, I think. But obviously Bank is, for the DLR, it's underground, so you can kind of like go out, you go out into the open, and yeah. That is a lot, that whistle does not sound nice. I don't know if there's any kind of like broadcast announcements we could do, like kind of backspace is the kind of key that you would normally use for the like announcements and stuff. So I'll test that out at the next station. If you want, you can actually drive this train in manual. There is a way you can drive it in manual, but obviously if you want to simulate realism, then obviously you're going to want to drive it in automatic. But what I do like is basically you have to put the train into gear, and then you basically, essentially all you have to do is press spacebar at the stations, and it's really nice to kind of have that feature enabled. I knew there would be some kind of automatic feature. I didn't know if it would be AI, where basically you just press Control A and then you don't have to do anything, or if it would be ATO, and it's obviously ATO. So I actually don't know how late we are. I think if I pull up the timetable, there we go, it kind of basically gives us a list of stops. So as you can see, yeah, the next station is Shadwell, as I thought, and it's not Tower Bridge, and then it's Limehouse, West Ferry, West India Quay, Canary Wharf, Heron Quay, Mudshoot, Island Gardens, Cutty Sark, Greenwich. Yeah, so basically they're all the kind of, I do believe that is right. I was just skimming the timetable. But as you can see, the PA is working. It does work kind of like how it does normally work in real life. And it's quite a good route, if I'm being honest. I mean, I would have preferred, obviously there's no, as you can see, there's no kind of interior view, but if I go out into my exterior camera, you can see that there's a lot of kind of exterior detail. I do know that these routes do require a lot of effort, especially if it's an outside route. Obviously you've got to do all the landscaping and everything that comes with this route. So we're now entering, I think we're just at a red signal. I don't know if we're early or late or anything, because the timetable actually doesn't tell me. But I do believe we're approaching a red signal. We do actually. The thing that really frustrates me when I'm playing on Open BVE and I'm like coming into a station really like slowly, is like crawling. It's like really embarrassing, and it's like, why you can go faster? Doors are closed, and that sound is to basically tell me that all my doors are closed. I think it goes in the passenger view, and then if I press it again, that beep basically tells me that the train is working, essentially, basically how it should. But if we can do another little external departure. But if I go to the... I'm just trying to see... there are AI trains in this route. I'm just trying to skip ahead. I don't know if there's any, like, in the stations currently. But there is obviously the AI trains you can kind of get. Go past another, I think, a London Overground train there. Obviously, in this era, it would obviously be Silverlink. But yeah, if you didn't know, they've actually renamed the Overground, not in OpenBV in real life. Obviously, I think you guys know this. Obviously, the section from Canada Water to Highbury and Islington is called the Windrush line now, and the section from Richmond is called the Mildmay line. I don't know about the things in Queen's Park and Harrow and Wilston. I think that's just the Overground. They've actually changed the announcements on the Overground to these really annoying kind of I think it's the same one as the Elizabeth line, but they're just really annoying. Limehouse, where you can change for C2C services, I think, to Upminster and Fenchurch Street. Oh yeah, we stop at South Harbour and South Quay as well. Yeah, there we go. Like, some of these DLR stations, it's like, who even came up with these things? Like, Mudchute for a station. I understand some of them have weird names, like touristy spots in London. But some of these stations, like Mudchute and Limehouse, it's really it seems like they've picked the first name that has kind of come to mind. It's really funny. Anyway, do you believe the next station is West Ferry? I'm not sure. I think it is, yeah. Obviously the announcement will tell me. But I'm just trying to think, is there anything, I think there's, I've got a lot of stuff for OpenBV. Yeah, it is West Ferry. I think I've got everything basically that there is for TfL. I don't know if there's definitely not an Elizabeth line route, and there's not a TfL rail, I don't believe. So I think, yeah, I've got everything that you can kind of get for OpenBV. I've got obviously the DLR. I've got obviously it's the East London line and the North London line. So at some point I will do a review of that. I've got all of the underground lines, like the Northern, Bakerloo, Circle. I think my next OpenBV video will probably be the Class 314 in Great Northern, because I've got the route from Moorgate to Finsbury Park and Moorgate to Drayton Park. Some of these routes, I've got one of the Jubilee line routes, is Stanmore to Kingsbury. It's ridiculously short. It's why do you even make a route? It's really, really short. So we're just coming into West Ferry Station, and I'm not sure what side the platform. I think, yeah, the platform's on the right. There we go. Perfect.
This is West Ferry.
I love the sound of the doors and the kind of clicking of the doors as it and the kind of realistic beeping as we depart. The sounds for OpenBV, I must say, and I've said this before, it's really, really kind of on point and just really, really kind of out there, and I really love the sound effects that you can get for OpenBV. I think they're really well done, and they're pinpointed well in certain places. There's some of the OpenBV routes, and I think the sound files could really do with updating. A couple of the Metropolitan line route, which is a bit broken. I will probably show you that at some point, because obviously I think it's only a matter of time before that route is corrupt, to be honest, which will be a shame, because the Metropolitan line route is like really, really good. I mean, the detail, like the C-Stock train is really good that you can use for the Metropolitan line, but then some of the detailing in the stations is really, it's a bit naff. But I think this route is definitely made for Open BV, because obviously the train is like really, it's really well depicted and well kind of thought out and implemented into the game. I did manage to get another Hammersmith and City Line route. Basically, if you didn't know, the Hammersmith and City Line for Open BV kind of it got really corrupt, and it wasn't working for a while. But we managed to find another route. So basically, the Hammersmith City Line, it's a different route. It's a V2 route. The original one was Hammersmith to King's Cross. The one I've got now is Paddington to Hammersmith. I do kind of prefer the other one, the route to King's Cross, because obviously it's a bit longer, and it has the kind of like, it has the bit with the district line, and then also the circle and like Metro, like at Baker Street. It has all those bits implemented into the game, but I'm just grateful I've managed to find another one, because I did really miss that. Also, the original was a bit, it was better detailed. It had like announcements, and this one doesn't really have announcements. And then I've got the Jubilee line phase 3, but I think that some of the detailing, there's this thing, I don't know if it's a bug, but it's like some of the detailing doesn't really work. Like, it's the PE doors in the underground sections are meant to like slide open, and the one I've got, they don't really do so. So yeah. Oh, I was going to do an exterior thing, but it doesn't matter, I'll do it at the next station. Do you believe the next station is Canary Wharf? I think, I'm not too sure.
This train is for Lewisham. The next stop is Canary Wharf.
Yeah, it is.
Jubilee line, leaving the train, please remember to take all your belongings with you.
I will do the Jubilee line phase 3 at some point, and I'll probably do the other route, I think, the Northern line route, the other one from Hyde Barnet to Morden. Sorry, Edgware to Morden. What am I saying? There we go. I think we're just coming in now. Let me get to there. There we go. I'm not sure which side is the platform. I do believe it's this side. But I love the sound of the kind of door close kind of thing. Let me just get over here so we can watch the train depart. Yeah, the sounds of the doors are like really on point. If you've ever been on the DLR, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. Oh, there we go. Forgot to get it going there. Yeah, really, like the texturing of the train is it's really been done well. Like it obviously doesn't have an interior view, but the outside it does kind of like really counterbalance it. And you'll remember from my Victoria line video I was kind of complaining about the lack of detail. The actual Victoria line now, it actually doesn't even have an exterior view, and by that I don't mean it has like a grey box. It literally doesn't have anything. It's just like a platform. Oh, actually, it does have a train, but it's like the train is like really deep underneath underneath the track, and it's like really lopsided. I think there's something with the route. So the next station, which is Heron Quay, which says that you can, it says, hang on, where is it? There we go. It says you can change for London Underground Jubilee line, so I don't know if that's from like, hang on, I'm just trying to get rid of the type, there we go. So I don't know, I think that's Canning Town, but I think the station is called Heron Quay. Good that it has announcements, because I literally would not be able to do these. I would not remember all the stops. There we go. But it would be good if they had like the full route down to Lewisham on this map, because actually I've got the North London line, which now is the Main line from Richmond. I can't talk today. I've got it all the way from Richmond and it goes all the way to Stratford, which is definitely something I will look at doing, because the train I've downloaded is actually really good detail. It is the Class 313. I will do it at some point. It's just the train to drive is actually really complicated, and I would drive it in AI. It's just AI doesn't really work on it, because it's got like, I don't know really how to kind of like describe it, but it's got like two handles, so you have to like take off the brake and then X, and then the signalling is like really, it's a really complex route. So I need to learn properly how to do the train, but hopefully maybe in a couple of weeks I'll take a look at it with you guys, because I would love to do that, because there's also like a bunch of different liveries, like you've got Great Northern, Silverlink, so it's definitely something I want to do with you guys. I need to work out how to operate the train properly, because I'm going to be doing it in manual. So if I am doing it that way, I need to kind of like operate it in a good in like efficient way, basically. So I actually don't know what the next station is, because I'm not really listening to the PA. I think it is South Quay. I think it is South Quay. I'm not too sure. It's either South Harbour or South Quay. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think it's South Harbour actually. It's a shame there's no interior view, because I would like to do some interior shots on this route, but oh, it is South Quay. So the next station is South Harbour then. So I'll definitely put a link in the description. I keep saying I'll do that on OpenBV, never actually do that, but I will link below this route, because I think it is good to do. Sorry about that. My dad just came in. But yeah, I think it is it's a really good route to have on OpenBV. So I do like it, so I will definitely give you guys this in the description on trainwell.com. I do believe the link does work. I'm not sure. I have to take a look at it, because the thing is, I either forget to do it, or like the link doesn't really work. Like I've tried to link below a bunch of things and they don't, basically the links don't work. I know the one for the D stock is a bit broken for the district line, the route from Gloucester Road to St James's Park, so I have to use it on the Wimbledon branch, which is the only route I've got for OpenBV. But it would be good to have, I think, like the West Ham branch. I actually don't know the station, I don't know the name of the station, I don't know if it's West Ham or something else. But it would be good to have, like, the route, like the Tower Bridge branch or something on the DLR. I don't know if it goes to Park Royal. I don't know, I think it's another station I'm thinking of. So I think
the next stop is South Harbour. When leaving the train, please remember to take all your belongings with you.
Yeah, so the announcements, it's a bit weird to be honest. There's a bit of a discrepancy in the announcements. Basically they're saying like this train is for Lewisham, when in fact this route is only built down to Greenwich. So yeah, a bit weird, but you know, it's the same on the Jubilee line from the route from Green Park to Bermondsey, which I will probably do again at some point. A lot of these OpenBV routes I've actually done before, but I will obviously do them again to kind of like show you like anything I missed, essentially. So this is South Harbour and the next station is Mudchute. Like, See, do you get what I'm saying? Like some of these stations are a bit like whoever named the station Mudshoot is a bit of a weirdo. Like I say, I do understand there's like touristy bits like in London, which kind of like basically enable those station names. But seriously, Mudshoot. So we have 4 more stops. I do believe it's Mudshoot, then Island Gardens, Heights Arc, and Greenwich, I think. Let me just check. Where is the time? Yeah. Yeah, I was right. There's only a few more stations. But like good sounds for like the kind of like the flanging and things like that. It's I really do. I like the kind of flanging and stuff. Oh, I just hit my hand on my drawer.
The next stop is Mudshoot. When leaving the train, please remember.
And they've kind of like got the voice of the like some of these open BVE routes like some of them they have like announcements, but they're not the kind of correct voice for the announcements. So I'm glad to see on this one that they do have announcements. But yeah, I have been practicing a little bit on this route, just to kind of like basically show, just to like kind of work up to this because I wanted to get it right. I might show myself driving it manually one day. I'm not sure. Obviously, I think it doesn't. It obviously adds to the realism if you drive it in auto, because obviously in real life it is auto. As we enter Mudshoot. I thought in real life Mudshoot was in a tunnel or underground. Maybe not. Some of these stations you get them in a tunnel, but they're not really underground. But then the DLR isn't really an underground route, is it? There we go. So the next station is Island Gardens. I actually don't know what like any of the kind of like speed limits are. Oh yeah, we do go into a tunnel for this. I don't know what like the speed limit is around here because it is obviously driving it in auto, so it doesn't really like show me the speed limit. I think if I were to drive this train in manual, it would basically give me a speed limit. But because I'm driving it in auto, there's like kind of no need for it.
The next stop is Island Gardens. When leaving the train, please remember to take all your belongings with you.
And obviously because it kind of says this train terminates at Lewisham, when we get to Greenwich there's no kind of like terminating announcement. Like it does say at every station you need to take all your belongings with you, but there's no kind of like terminating announcement saying like this is Greenwich, this train terminates, it will change, like there is on the Central Line. Just going to let you have a little gander at the control manual. Basically, it kind of gives you all the kind of necessary things you need to know about the route in this manual. So if you want to drive it in auto or manual, whatever, you can just kind of like go over here and take a quick gander at the controls. So yeah, pretty good. I like that it's there because like I think the Northern Line has that as well. So it's good to see. Get going to Heights Arc. Okay, I think we could do oh, press that horrible whistle. I think we could do like an external like arrival or something, because I'm driving in automatic, so it's actually not a really far distance between stations. Like you go over here and like you see these platforms, like this train looks so good when you're further away, but then when you're closer it looks shit. There we go. And the next station, sadly, is Greenwich. Let's get going. But like good detail, and you can kind of see that these platforms are like really, they're like really obviously they're quite small, and I don't even think they accommodate for any of the train, because it's like a 4 or 6 car train. The DLR trains, I think in real life they're quite small, but it doesn't really accommodate for much of the train. These kind of platforms are absolutely tiny. But like, I mean, good kind of detail on the stations, and you can kind of see that there's another train here, so I guess we could like okay, so where are we? So I think we're here at Greenwich now. Oh, I think we might just be stopped at one of the signals or something. I don't know why, sometimes I get really disorientated in these routes. And this is Greenwich, obviously. There we go, let's get going. As we enter Greenwich. But yeah, guys, this has been really good. I really like this DLR route, and it's you know something I'm gonna definitely recommend to you guys out there, because I think I think it's like really good to have on Open BVE, like a simulation. I know most people like to drive the train, but I think it's nice to have in the game, because you can just kind of like take a gander around and look and just see what is around you basically, and it's just nice to take a look at the camera controls. And you know, when you have a good quality train like this train does, it's nice to maybe drive it in auto so you can just look around. I know the main object of the game is to drive the train from one station to station, but sometimes it is just nice to look at the camera controls. Basically what I do is when I play Open BVE, I lift up my mouse and like speak into it, like just like pretend it's a microphone, basically, like they have in trains. So like this. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Greenwich. This train terminates here. Or change, please, or change. Basically, that's like how I do it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been really, I think it's been really entertaining, and I've really enjoyed taking a look at this route. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.